I started Vision Driven Basketball back in 2019, and back then I used to talk about everything. I talked about ball handling, finishing, athleticism, literally whatever you can think of that has to do with getting better at basketball, I talked about it. But recently, over the last couple months, I've realized something that has completely changed the way that I train my players and the way that I post on my channel now. It's the reason why some players keep improving and in a lot of cases make massive jumps forward towards their goals, and it's also why a lot of players work really hard and seem to be doing all the right things and don't see any sort of results on the court. And once I kind of pinpointed that and recognized what exactly was going on, it completely shifted how I do things. And that's why if you look at my channel now, I pretty much only talk about two things, and that's basketball IQ and shooting. Right now I'm going to tell you why, and I'm also going to give you the exact things that you need to focus on to make sure that the work that you put in actually translates into in-game results. Now, the first thing that's really important to understand is something called the Pareto Principle, also known as the 80-20 rule. All that this means is that 80% of your results come from about 20% of your inputs. Or if you look at all the work you do as 100% of the work that you put in, about 80% of your results come from only 20% of that work. What this means is that there are things that you work on that don't move the needle that much, and there's things that you work on that are incredibly high leverage things. So when we identify the things that account for the majority of the results on the court, you need to make a shift to make sure that that becomes your main priority and your biggest focus in order to get the best results. Most players don't think of it this way. They kind of think of everything as equal, and 100% of their work is going to equal 100% of their results, and that's just not the case. And this is really obvious when you look at the state of basketball training and social media in general. You'll find a million different people, a million coaches and trainers talking about a million different things, a million different drills, workouts, things to focus on. And so if you as a player don't understand what the most high leverage things are, meaning the things that are going to get you the best results in the quickest amount of time, you're going to be pulled in a bunch of different directions. You're going to feel a little bit of paralysis by analysis because of all the options out there. And because of that, you're going to struggle to actually see those results that you're working for. Now, going back to the 80-20 rule, when you look at the results you get on the court, I would argue that about 80% of those results are going to come from two things, and it's your basketball IQ and your ability to make shots. If you do those two things at a high level, it's pretty much going to put you ahead of 80% of players out there. And just by getting better in one of those areas, even a little bit, is going to directly translate to very noticeable on-court results. When we talk about basketball IQ, it is the foundation of every single thing that you do on the basketball court. So your decision making in terms of when to shoot, when to drive, when to pass, the things that you're looking for, the things that you can even see. There's a term called affordances, which just means opportunities to act. And the greater affordances that you have as a player, the more opportunities you're going to have to make plays, to be aggressive, and to make a bigger impact on the court. Now, your affordances or the opportunities that you have to act are directly impacted by your level of basketball IQ, because if you don't have the understanding necessary, you're not going to recognize different opportunities. And that's why you might see a player who doesn't put in as much work as you. Maybe they're not as big as you or as athletic. Maybe they're just not as good as you from a skill perspective. But because they have an understanding of the game and they see different opportunities to act maybe better than you do, it leads to them outperforming you in the court all the time. This directly goes back to your level of basketball IQ, and this is the number one area that when I help a player make a jump here, it makes the biggest impact in terms of their in-game results. A 5% increase in your basketball IQ is going to do so much more for you than a 5% increase pretty much anywhere else in your game. Now, if you want a resource that's going to drastically improve your basketball IQ, I have a free basketball IQ masterclass link down below. It's an hour long. We dive into a ton of important topics. They're going to help you to see actual in-game results the next time you play. You don't need to go spend more time in the gym, or you don't do another workout. You can go through this masterclass and apply this stuff immediately and see results. That's completely free. Top link down below. And then the second part of it is shooting. At the end of the day, the game of basketball is about putting the ball in the basket. And if you can do that at a high level, you can be pretty bad in a lot of other areas, and you're still going to have value on the court. You're still going to be able to make an impact. So it's super important that you have the ability to make shots at a high level. Being able to shoot also opens up so many more opportunities to drive and create plays for your teammates as well, because of the way the defense has to guard you. So just a little bit of an improvement in your shooting ability will also make the game so much easier for you and allow you to be so much more impactful. These two skills amplify every other area of your game, and without them, you're going to feel at a severe lack. You're going to lack confidence, and ultimately you're going to lack results when you play. So knowing that these are the two highest leverage areas, these should be the areas that are at the forefront of everything that you do when it comes to developing your game. And if you don't feel like you're getting better at the rate that you want to, or you still feel like you're struggling on the court, it's probably because you haven't made the necessary jumps in these two areas. There's something super important for you to understand, and it's called the value equation. I got this from Alex Hormozy, and it's a very simple concept that shows why this is so important and why it needs to be a big focus for you. Now, the value equation is very simple. I'll explain it for you now. All that it is it's your dream outcome plus your perceived likelihood of achievement divided by the time and effort that it takes to get that thing. So if we break that down, what is the dream outcome for most players? The majority of players that I talk to, they want to score more points, they want to play with more confidence, they want to make a bigger impact on the court, they want to get more playing time, they want a bigger role, they want to get recruited. More than likely, your dream outcome is somewhere in that realm. And then when we talk about perceived likelihood of achievement or success, when you have true confidence in your ability to make shots from anywhere, and you have supreme confidence in your understanding of the game, your ability to make good decisions, and your ability to read things, you're going to feel very confident that you're going to achieve success in game. And then the best part about this is that when we look at the time and effort aspect of it, time-wise, you can increase your basketball IQ almost instantly. It's one of those areas that's so high leverage because it matters so much, and it's also way faster and simpler to develop than it is to develop any other skill in the game. Like I said, if you go through that free Basketball IQ Masterclass below, it's going to completely change the way that you view playing offense, and that's going to make a massive impact for you the next time that you step on the court. With that understanding of the value equation, it shows why developing your basketball IQ and your ability to make shots is the most high leverage thing that you can do if you want to be successful in games. So this is why when you watch my content now, it's all directed at these two things, and especially basketball IQ. Understanding how to read the game, how to read the defense, how to make good decisions, how to play out of different actions and concepts. That sort of stuff is the most important part of being successful offensively in the game. Now, I'm going to give you two things to do right now if you want to make sure that you really develop both these things at a high level. Number one, like I already mentioned, check out that free masterclass down below. Go through that, take the time. It's going to instantly change how you play the game of basketball. And then the second thing is check out this video right next to me here, and it's going to give you a 90-day roadmap when it comes to applying these things. So if you want to make this the best, most transformative offseason that you've had, be sure you check out both those things. Appreciate you for watching. Talk soon. Peace.